I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side. Like, who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like, something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him, like, oh, I like you a lot. I love you, but like, something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was, and this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant guy, emotionally unavailable, everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men, back to back to back. That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make. And I just didn't want to do that. I wanted like a leader in the way that I saw leader, how I viewed it. But like, knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths, and then deferring to me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he could lead when it comes to protecting and providing and whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at. But I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked. But relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to break up. So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable and ended up breaking my heart worse than anybody else I'd ever experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not just the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you know, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest. Anyway, that angel wasn't even on social media like that, so he'll probably never see this, but still, if you do see this, I hope you're doing great.
Nope. I was trying to figure out. I was waiting, y'all. I did my best. That was a 5-minute video. It's not gonna happen again. It is not gonna happen again. I was trying to go through the entire video without any interruptions. I tell you, boy, don't nobody got advice like people that continue to make the worst type of doggone mistakes instead of taking your own advice. You know, because this type of information and stuff should not have been even put on social media. you know, and I hear this and I've heard this. People have went through a lot of things earlier in their life, whether it was relationships, whether it was through childhood traumas from a parent or a guardian. You need to understand something. If you know you effed up, or I don't know, mentally or whatever, and you knew you done went through some stuff, you need to work through that. You know good and doggone well that you did not see healthy relationships growing up, or you've been making some bad decisions. I mean, she said it herself, choosing the wrong guys. You know and you understand that. Like, why in the world did I keep running into the same problem? It's something that's wrong with you. And instead of y'all going to go get to work, you know what I mean, going to go speak to somebody, get some information, and unlearn all of those bad things that you learned growing up, and entertaining the wrong type of people, you continue to insanity. You continue to repeat the exact same cycle and wonder, why the hell am I right back here? And listen, you were lucky enough, my bad. You are blessed enough to have a guy that respects you, that loves you, that was even willing to allow you to make some choices in this thing. It sounds like he was a good leader. It sounded like he was a protector, because when what did she say, her or his brother, and I don't know if he said his sister or her date or whatever, was basically being disrespectful and standoffish, that man, like, he stood up for you. He checked the people that he grew up with. Hey, respect my girl, bro. Like what's going on? And after all of that, all of these months, weeks, years, or whatever that y'all were together, it was still something missing. And you figure that out, or you find that out after that good thing got away. And let's be honest, the reason why she put this out here, because she was hoping, please, somebody, send this to him. No, most brothers like that. She said he was 6'3", and sounded like he had a good head on his shoulders, sounded like he was raised right. She didn't say anything about him being mentally, physically abusive, none of those things. Had good hair, checking off all of those boxes, and you fumbled that guy? No, chances are he probably in another relationship, probably already married, and I hope he is. Guys, if you have did everything that you're supposed to do in a relationship, then I would advise you to think twice before you get back into a situation, or even think about going back to a situation like this. I don't care what they look like. I don't care how big the butt, the breast, how pretty the face. None of that stuff matters. It's a headache and a half. And even though these young ladies will say up and down, back and forth, around and around, listen, I was dumb back then. I made stupid decisions. I was young and dumb. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that. I am so sick and tired of hearing that mess. No. You made your decision, and now you got to live with it. Because I have also seen guys, let these chicks hit them with the crocodile tears or whatever. Oh, please, take me back. And those guys do, and they end up regretting it. All right, you give them mugs a second chance, and yeah, when things first kick off, oh, bro, she's doing this, she's doing that, all of those things that she didn't do before. But it ain't long before they get right back into the rhythm of things. It's like this, man. People are going to make those adjustments in real time. They're not going away. And she stepped away from the relationship. He didn't. She stepped away. So you can take your chaotic butt and go about your doggone business respectfully. But y'all let me know. What do you guys think down in the comments about this, man? Do y'all think that this brother should take this young lady back? Do y'all believe that she has finally learned her lesson? And some people just got to go through that. I'm curious. Do some people have to experience what it's like with being without that good thing? And she even listen, I don't know. My personally, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Once something else touch you, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Or if it's too much time in between, I just can't do it, man. I cannot do it. You listen, you can call me insecure. I don't give a damn. I don't care. if you had another boyfriend, you done talked to somebody else, or it's been too much time in between, I'm good. Once you step outside of that situation, that relationship or whatever, please do not come back. Not in that way. Listen, we can still be cool. I'm not one of those type of people where I'm gonna hold, any type of grudge, because I don't have any ill will towards anybody. We can still be cordial. I ain't gonna say cool, because we ain't gonna be texting and calling or whatnot, but we can still be cordial. Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? If I see you, blah blah blah, keep it pushing or whatever. But yeah, nah, I'm not with that. I don't see how dudes do that. Like, it's even sometimes where the girl will go and have a baby, and whoo, boy, ain't no way. But y'all let me know. What do you guys think down in the comments about this, man? I was going to dissect this thing, you know what I'm saying, and just go let that thing play back through. But yeah, man, I don't care what you look like. It ain't happening. Y'all drop it down in the comments and let's talk about it.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up, tan skin, mixed race, buttercup, Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna, whoa, too bad was they roll.